Hello there. Guess who? If you guessed Granddaddy Pendragon, you are absolutely correct. I'm joined here by the NECA full-sized Megan doll. I bet you didn't know she was a Penn alumna, did you? The things you learn about people. If you've watched any of my recent videos and reviews, you've heard me mention an upcoming contest at the end of this year. And I kind of go into the nuts and bolts of that at the end of the reviews, but I thought I would devote a video kind of explaining the rules and the regs and the details of all of that in a little more detail. So you can refer to it for reference if you need to. At the end of the year, as we get towards the latter part of December, if a doll I have reviewed has at least a minimum of 100 views, it will be featured as one of the Encore dolls. And I'll be doing like a series of videos on Encore dolls and kind of giving them another curtain call, as it were. And the doll that has the most views of the dolls I have reviewed will be crowned in a separate video as the doll of the year. And any doll that reaches a minimum of 1,000 views will be designated a Millennium doll. Let me break down some of the rules about all of this so there's no ambiguity. A doll that is an Encore doll can only be designated as such one time. So if a doll is an Encore doll this year, they can't be an Encore doll next year. They can, however, become the doll of the year next year if they have the highest number of cumulative views, or they can become a Millennium doll if they reach 1,000 views. Now, again, I know, talking about 100 and 1,000 may sound to a lot of people who are used to watching, content creators that have, 50,000 or 2 million views as kind of paltry, but hey, that's the nature of my that's the nature of my channel. I don't pull in the big numbers like some do. Why? Maybe it's niche. Maybe my videos aren't all that engaging with a lot of people. I don't know. I just do the best I can do in trying to give you decent reviews of Living Dead dolls and other creepy dolls. So if my best is not good enough, well, that's the way it goes, I guess. For me. Sucks to be me, right? But anyway, a doll that is like crowned doll of the year can only be crowned as such one time. So once that doll has achieved that status, that honor, they are thereafter kind of taken out of consideration for the next year. Dolls can be, of course, like I say, they can, like if your doll, the doll that you really love, doesn't make it as an Encore doll this year, they can be next year, provided there are, like I say, at least 100 views. Or they can be a Millennium doll if they reach that number by next year. So that's kind of, it's strictly about views. It has nothing to do with whether I, love the doll, whether it's one of my personal favorites, or if it's a very rare doll, or any of those other criteria. The only thing that matters is your viewing. That's it. As we get to that time in December, I will look at the total number of views each doll has. And like I say, if they have 100, they're an Encore doll. If they have the most number of views, for the year, they are Doll of the Year. And if they reach at least 1,000 views, they become a Millennium doll. And so this applies only to dolls I have reviewed. It's not dolls that I haven't looked at. So, if it's just some random doll or just a doll that you like, like Monster High or something that I haven't looked at, sorry, it doesn't apply. It has to be one of the Living Dead dolls or one of the other creepy dolls or handmade dolls that I have, assessed on my channel. So, what that means is between now and the end of December, you have the opportunity to kind of see where your doll is, the doll that you love and hold in the highest esteem. You have the chance to kind of see where that doll's numbers are. And what I would say is, encourage your friends, your family, whoever you know, to watch that video, up that doll's numbers, get that doll over 100 or higher, and your doll will be showcased again at the end of the year. A lot of the dolls I've reviewed, some are already there, like this Megan doll, for example. She's already an Encore doll. There's, I think that last I checked, there was 13 dolls that qualify, and I've looked at close to 70. So, if that tells you anything. And there's some dolls that are right there on the very cusp of having 100 views. They're just like a view or two away from being an Encore doll, but they're just stuck at 98 or what have you. So if it's a doll that you really, have a special place in your heart for, like I say, get people to watch and share that doll's video. Go on my channel, go through the dolls, pick out the ones that you especially like, and support that doll. Some of these dolls need some love. I have some dolls that are very rare and that I would consider fan favorites, but they haven't had many people view their videos, which is to me kind of sad. Not because I'm the one doing it, but because that doll is really a special doll and deserves better, in my opinion. Deserves a better showing. But again, I'm not chastising anybody. Some people just, aren't interested, and that's okay. That's what YouTube is all about. There's a lot of content creators doing different things, and like I say, mine, I realize, is a small channel. I don't capture the interest of, thousands upon thousands or millions upon millions of viewers. Hopefully, in the future I will, but right now, that's not where I am. However, having said that, that doesn't mean that I, go off in the corner and sulk and hate my life, because I'm very happy that anybody watches my videos. That no one has to. It's not like it's against the law if you don't, or something bad is going to happen to you. So I consider it an honor when anybody watches my videos, and especially when they subscribe and comment. I do appreciate that, and I try to show my appreciation in my response to them, because I don't take any of that for granted. I really don't. But anyway, those of you who have subscribed, again, as I always say, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're watching this video and this is your first exposure to my channel, consider subscribing and get in on the fun. That's what it's all about. Collecting creepy dolls. We're just having fun. We're doing something to take a little of the pressure off of our day-to-day lives. So, between now and the end of December, like I say, check out the videos on my channel. Find the dolls that you especially like. It could be more than one, of course. And get people to watch those videos if you haven't done it already yourself. And see if you can up the number of some of those dolls and get them to be Encore dolls at least. And I'll be doing this each year. So like I say, if your doll doesn't make it as an Encore doll this year, through a cumulative effect, it can be an Encore doll perhaps next year. You're going to do it again, Lord willing, if I, as long as I stay vertical in life, we'll be doing this each year because I think it's just sort of fun. And it gives you a chance to look again at the fan favorites of the dolls that I have thus far reviewed. Well, that's it for me. Megan, do you have anything to add? No? Guess not. So anyway, that's the way it all works. Just wanted to break it down for you, and I hope you have a terrific day today. Take very good care of yourself, and we shall see you next time.